Today, we're turning a simple artist trading card into a colorful neurographic butterfly drawing. And the best part is, you don't even need to know any of the rules, the algorithms, or any of that fancy stuff to make this drawing work. If we haven't met yet, I'm Rashonda, and I'm the creator of this YouTube channel. And I like to find drawings that are easy for anybody, even the most beginning artist. So if that's you, then you're in the right place. Now let's head on over to the art studio and get started on today's drawing. For this drawing, I'm going to be doing a neurographic art with a butterfly image inside of it. And I'm working on an artist trading card, which I love doing my artwork on. And I'm also using these Ohuhu fine line drawing pens. This is the 0.2 because this card's kind of small. So I've only done a couple of artist trading cards with the Neurographic on it. And it's something I've been wanting to do for a while. And I decided to go ahead and do it. So this is going to be a video similar to the introduction to neurographics that I did. I'm not a trained neurographic educator. This is more for somebody who just likes the style, thinks it looks interesting, and you just want to give it a try. You want that style of artwork. I'm not going to get into all the technical details of it, all those algorithms and all of that fun stuff. There are a lot of videos out there that talk about all the rules and the different algorithms and how to use neurographics to manifest your dreams and the things that you want. And that's not one of those videos. This is just, hey, that's a cool looking way to make art. I like that. I want to be able to do something like that. How do I do it? That's what this is. So if you want to just have fun, make some relaxing art, this is what I'm here for. So there are my lines. So what I did was just made some random lines. And now I'm going to draw a butterfly image in the center. And I'm going to use a pencil just to lightly sketch it in. And I'm not going to get too carried away with the details. I want it to stay pretty loose. I don't want to overthink things with this. So with the neurographics, it should be a nice, relaxing way to make your art. So you don't want to think about things too much. You do want it to be, kind of that Zen sort of process. Might make a couple lines coming down here. I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it too much. So now, I think when I make this outline for my butterfly, I'm just going to make them a little bit wavy and not have just straight lines in here. And I might do some of those double outlines. I did that in the introduction to neurographic video that I did recently. So it's kind of hard to see the butterfly itself, and that's okay. I'm not going to worry about it right now, because as we go, it'll stand out a little bit more. So like I said, I really don't want to overthink things too much. I want to keep it loose and and fun and calming and relaxing. So even though we're not doing all the algorithms and all of that, we still want it to be, we want it to be an enjoyable process for sure. So now the next thing is to just round off those sharp edges, which is going to also thicken these lines up a little bit to make them less choppy, I guess we could say. And they don't have to be super smooth if you want them to be a little bit rougher. So we have kind of these squiggly lines. If you wanted your lines to be less smooth, to go with that jagged look, that would be an option. But part of the process, and one of the big characteristics, I guess you could say, of this type of art is those rounded off edges and not having sharp points in your artwork. So what I'm going to do now is I am just going to round off all these edges. So I'm going to go ahead and do a time lapse because it's going to get pretty boring. I do want to mention that one of the things that I wanted to do is a series of artist trading cards with Neurographics, because it's something I've only done a couple of times. And there's some challenges to doing art on artist trading cards because of the size. And I was interested to see how they would look on an artist trading card, if it would be too small, and what that process would feel like. Because one of the things with Neurographics is that it is a very calming and very therapeutic type of art to make. But I was curious if doing them on artist trading cards would make it more stressful because of the size, if it would be too small or not. So I thought the best way to get the answer to that would be to do a series. And if you're familiar with my work and what I do, I like doing 7-day challenges where I do 7 drawings in 7 days. So that's what I want to do, because just doing this one card is not going to give me the information I need to know what it's like doing the neurographics on a small surface, such as an artist trading card. So I will be doing a series of 7, and I don't know, I know all of them. I'm not going to do an image like this butterfly in the middle of it. I might do a couple. We'll see how it goes. One of the things with the 7-day challenge is to not really have a plan. I like to have a goal that I'm trying to accomplish. So for this one, the goal is going to be to find out if artist trading cards are good for neurographic art, or if it makes it too much pressure with the small surface. So that would be my goal for the 7-day challenge, is to see what the experience is like doing neurographics on artist trading cards. So I will, of course, make a video of those results and show you what I came up with and share my experience. And if you're interested in more information about the drawing challenges, I have a free guide on how I do those. and I will link it, and it's called Better Art in 7 Days. Or actually, I think I called it Draw It Better in 7 Days. So basically, it just walks you through the different things you can do that will dramatically improve your drawing in only 7 days. And I will share my results with you when I get this challenge finished. And I think that's enough talking for now. So I'm going to go ahead and keep working on this off camera, or I'll do a time lapse. And then I'll be back with you when I have this all finished, this part of it anyway. And then I'll round off the edges. I will work on this butterfly so that it's easier to see. And then we'll add some color, and I'll be back with you shortly. I have all the rounding off done, and I'll show you that in just a second. But I wanted to show you what markers I'm going to be using. And these are the Ohuhu Honolulu Bee markers. And I have 3 warm colors, which are here, and 3 cool colors. So my thought is I will do the butterfly with warm colors, and then I'll do the background with cool colors to kind of help that image stand out a little bit. And these are the numbers of the markers that I'm using. And this set has 2 ends. It's got a brush end, and then it has the fine point. And I'll probably use the fine point for part of the inside of the butterfly maybe. And then most likely I'll just use the brush for the background. And I'm going to go ahead and show you a little bit of that. I have my markers ready to go. Here is what my drawing looks like. It is kind of hard to see the butterfly, but I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to use this darker gray for the body. And I'm just going to fill this in. Now, if you want a little bit more guided instruction, I did a beginner tutorial recently, and if I can figure out how to do it, I will put that link up on the screen so you can find it. And that has more information, a little more guidance, some more structure if you need it. It's still very, very much, I don't know what you would want to say. It's still just focusing on the art itself and not so much on all the rules. And like I had mentioned earlier, I don't cover all the algorithms and all that. I'm not qualified to teach that. I've done some research on it and I looked into it a little bit, and for me, it just feels like it takes the fun out of it. So I never really got into it too much because I think it makes it not quite as enjoyable. So one of the things I wanted to talk about is that in doing this image in here, it does make it a little bit more difficult to do the lines, and it's kind of hard to see. So I feel like maybe it would be a good idea to do a series of images, or maybe even a series of just the butterflies, because as I do my work, and I've talked about this in a lot of my other videos, I'm always questioning, what if I did this? What if this? What if that? What would it look like if I did this instead of that? And the only way you're really going to know is if you try it and you actually do it. And if you're just doing one drawing and then tomorrow you're going to try something different, then you never really know. Those questions don't get answered. So that's one of the reasons that I like doing the 7-day series of drawings, because it gives you an opportunity to try some different things out and experiment and answer those questions of what if I did this and what if I did that. And by experimenting and getting out of your comfort zone, that's how you're really going to grow and develop your skills and your style and all that fun stuff that we are all kind of trying to pursue, but maybe don't actually achieve that because of whatever reason, whether it's because we're afraid to try or whatever the reason might be. We feel like if we mess it up, we don't have time to start over. Because I like to experiment when I'm doing my artwork. I like to try new things out and experiment a little bit. I make some decisions as I go, like blending these two colors together. Originally, I wasn't going to, but then I didn't like how this area, how the sections were laying over there. So I made the decision to blend these two colors, and then now I got to try to blend it in over here. And I wish I would have blended the two more there, but that's okay. It's not going to hurt anything. So then the next thing I want to do is just fill in this background with these cool colors. And this one, I guess, is a little bit on the pink side. It's kind of a pinkish purple. And I'm just going to go ahead and fill in connected sections with the same colors. And it's going to be random. So I'm going to go ahead and do that on a time lapse real quick, and then I will be back to show you what it looks like when it's done. right, here is the final drawing. And I can see there's a couple little spots in here that are still white that are going to bug me. So we'll touch those up real quick. So that's it. I think I could have done a better job of making the butterflies stand out. But it's okay. It was fun. I enjoyed it. I think it's cute. It's a nice little experiment of doing a neurographic drawing with an image and doing it on an artist trading card, which is a smaller size, to see how that works out. So I'm going to go ahead and, as I mentioned before, I'm going to do a series of these to see how they turn out. And I'll put together a video when that's all finished so you can see the progression and how it worked out. I need to decide how I want to do them, if I just want to do just straight neurographics or if I want to do a series of these butterfly drawings. When I figure that out, I'll start making those videos and show you the final results of that. So I hope you enjoyed this, and hopefully you feel inspired to create some of your own artwork. And I will see you in the next video. Happy creating! Well, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully you feel inspired to create some of your own artwork. If you did enjoy this video, please hit the like button. It really helps me out. And also subscribe if you want to get notified of future videos. And before you leave, check out the description box. There's that free guide in there on how you can improve your artwork in just 7 days. And I will see you next time. Bye!